The text message came at 2:47 p.m. on a Tuesday. Can you watch the kids Friday? Important date, can't reschedule. I stared at my phone, sitting in the hospital parking lot. My surgical consultation was Friday at 3 p.m. The appointment I'd waited 3 months to get. The appointment that would determine whether the mass in my abdomen required immediate surgery. I have my consultation Friday. I typed back. The one with Dr. Patterson. Remember? 3 dots appeared, then disappeared, then appeared again. That's not until next month. I checked your calendar. My hands started shaking. Sarah, it's this Friday. I showed you the appointment card last week. Well, I already told Marcus I'm free, just reschedule it. Doctors always have openings. I sat there, phone in hand, trying to process what she was saying. Sarah was a registered nurse at Memorial Hospital. She knew better than anyone how surgical consultations worked, how long the waiting lists were, how crucial timing was when they found something suspicious. I can't reschedule. I wrote. This took 3 months to get. It's about the mass they found. You're being dramatic. It's probably nothing. I'll help you call Monday to reschedule. I didn't respond. I went inside for my pre-consultation blood work. My mind spinning. That evening my phone rang. Mom, Jennifer, Sarah is very upset. She says you're refusing to help with the kids. I closed my eyes. Mom, I have my surgical consultation Friday. The important one, honey. Sarah checked with the hospital. You don't have anything scheduled. The room tilted. What do you mean she checked? She looked in the system. There's nothing under your name for Friday. My voice came out flat. Mom, I'm holding the appointment card right now. Friday 3 p.m., Dr. Patterson's office. Well, Sarah says it's not in the computer, so obviously there's been some mix-up. Just help her out this once. You can straighten out your appointment situation next week. After she hung up, I called Dr. Patterson's office directly. Hi, this is Jennifer Walsh. I just want to confirm my appointment for Friday at 3 p.m. The receptionist paused. Miss Walsh, we have a note here that you canceled this morning, called at 9:15 a.m., and said you needed to reschedule. The floor dropped out from under me. I didn't call. Well, someone called from your number. Let me check our next available. We can get you in on March 18th. That's 2 months away. I'm sorry. Dr. Patterson only does surgical consultations on Fridays, and he's booked solid. I hung up and pulled up my phone records. No outgoing call to Dr. Patterson's office at 9:15 a.m. But Sarah had been at my apartment that morning, bringing over some mail that had been delivered to Mom's by mistake. She'd been alone in my living room while I was in the shower. My hands were steady as I opened a new document on my laptop and began typing. Date, time, exact quotes, screenshots of text messages. The text continued over the next 2 days. Wednesday 11:23 a.m. Sarah, Marcus is really excited about Friday. Please don't make this difficult. Wednesday 11:47 a.m. Me, I need to know if you called Dr. Patterson's office from my phone. Wednesday 11:52 a.m. Sarah, I don't know what you're talking about. You're acting paranoid. This is why you're always stressed. You imagine problems that don't exist. Wednesday 2:34 p.m. Sarah, Mom says you're being selfish. It's just one appointment. You're not even really sick. I screenshot every message. Thursday morning, I received a call from my primary care physician, Dr. Morrison. Jennifer, I got a concerning call from your sister. She says you're refusing necessary medical treatment. What? I sat up straight in my chair at work. She called this morning, said she's worried about your mental state, that you're canceling important appointments and making up medical conditions for attention. My voice shook. Dr. Morrison, that's not true. Sarah canceled my surgical consultation without my permission. I'm trying to get it rescheduled. There was a long pause. Your sister is a nurse, correct? At Memorial. Yes. Jennifer, I'm going to note this conversation in your chart. This sounds like it might be a serious situation. Do you feel safe at home? I don't live with my family. But yes, I'm safe. After we hung up, I added Dr. Morrison's call to my documentation. Then I did something I'd been avoiding. I logged into my email and found the patient portal message from my gastroenterologist from 6 weeks ago. The CT scan shows a 4.2 centimeters mass in your lower right abdomen. We need surgical evaluation as soon as possible. I'm referring you to Dr. Patterson, our top surgical oncologist. Please call his office immediately to schedule. I'd shown Sarah that email the day I received it. She'd hugged me, told me it would be okay, promised to help me through whatever came next. Now she was telling our mother I was making it up. Friday afternoon, I sat alone in my apartment. Sarah posted photos on social media from her date, a wine bar downtown, laughing selfies, carefree. I opened my laptop and navigated to the New York State Board of Nursing website. Under File a Complaint, I clicked the link. The form was extensive. Nature of complaint, supporting documentation, specific violations. I wrote carefully, precisely. On November 14th, registered nurse Sarah Walsh, license #487392, accessed my personal phone, without permission, and called my doctor's office, impersonating me to cancel an urgent surgical consultation. This consultation was scheduled to evaluate a 4.2 centimeters abdominal mass flagged by my gastroenterologist as requiring immediate surgical assessment. I attached screenshots, text messages where she admitted knowing about my appointment, phone records showing no call from my number at the time the cancellation was made, the patient portal message from my gastroenterologist. As a registered nurse, Ms. Walsh is aware of the serious nature of surgical consultations and the difficulty of rescheduling specialist appointments. She deliberately interfered with my access to medical care for her personal convenience. When confronted, she told family members I was making up medical conditions for attention and called my primary care physician to report concerns about my mental state, attempting to discredit my legitimate medical needs. I attached Dr. Morrison's follow-up email confirming Sarah's call. Ms. Walsh has used her medical credentials and access to manipulate the situation, telling my mother she checked the hospital system regarding my appointments. She has violated patient privacy, impersonated me to medical professionals, and interfered with urgent medical care. This represents a serious breach of nursing ethics and professional standards. Before I submitted, I called Dr. Patterson's office one more time. Hi. This is Jennifer Walsh again. When someone called to cancel my appointment on Wednesday, did they provide any identification or verification? The receptionist hesitated. Well, the caller ID showed your number, and she knew your date of birth, and the reason for the appointment. We have HEPA protocols, but when someone calls from the patient's own phone with all the right information, did the voice sound like previous calls from me? Another pause. Actually, now that you mention it, I did think it was odd. The voice was different, but she had all your information, so I assumed maybe you had a cold or something. Can you note in my file that I did not make that call, that someone accessed my phone without permission and impersonated me? Oh my God. Yes, I'll note that right now. Miss Walsh, I'm so sorry. This is identity theft. Medical fraud. I know, I'm documenting everything. After we hung up, I added this conversation to my complaint. Then I clicked submit. The email came Monday morning. Your complaint has been received, and assigned case number 2024 NY 8847. An investigator will contact you within 5 business days. Please do not discuss this complaint with the subject of the investigation, as it may constitute witness tampering. I forwarded the email to my personal folder and went to work. Tuesday, Sarah called. I let it go to voicemail. Jen, this is ridiculous. Mom is really upset. You're tearing this family apart over babysitting. Call me back. I didn't. Wednesday, a formal letter arrived. New York State Department of Education, Office of Professional Discipline. A complaint has been filed regarding your professional conduct. You are required to respond within 30 days. Failure to respond may result in immediate license suspension, pending investigation. My phone exploded. Sarah, 4:47 p.m. What did you do? Sarah, 4:48 p.m. You filed a complaint against my license. Sarah, 4:49 p.m. Over babysitting. Sarah, 4:52 p.m. Do you know what this could do to my career? Sarah. 4:53 p.m. I could lose everything. I responded once, you impersonated me to cancel an urgent surgical consultation. You called my doctor to claim I'm mentally unstable. You interfered with my medical care. This isn't about babysitting. Sarah. 4:56 p.m. It was a mistake. I thought I was helping. Sarah. 4:57 p.m. You're always so stressed about medical stuff. I was trying to take the pressure off. Sarah. 5:02 p.m. Please, please, withdraw the complaint. I'll do anything. I turned off my phone. Thursday, Mom showed up at my apartment. Jennifer, you need to fix this. Sarah is devastated. She could lose her nursing license. I handed her a folder. Inside were printouts of every text message. The email from my gastroenterologist about the mass. Phone records. The statement from Dr. Patterson's office. Mom read in silence, her face going pale. She told me you didn't really have an appointment. She canceled it by pretending to be me, using my phone while I was in the shower. But she said she was trying to help, that you get overwhelmed. And Mom, I have a 4.2 centimeter mass in my abdomen that might be cancer. Sarah knew this. She canceled the appointment anyway, because she had a date. Mom sat down heavily on my couch. A date. Then she told you, and Dr. Morrison, that I was making up medical conditions for attention. Oh my God. She used her nursing credentials to manipulate this situation. She accessed medical information, impersonated a patient, and interfered with urgent care. Those are violations of her professional license. Mom's hands shook as she held the papers. What's going to happen to her? That's up to the board of nursing. But I need you to understand, this isn't about being petty. This is about a medical professional who put her social life above a family member's potential cancer diagnosis. If she did this to me, what has she done to patients? The investigator called Friday afternoon. Miss Walsh. I'm Robert Chen, from the Office of Professional Discipline. I've reviewed your complaint and the supporting documentation. Yes. I need to inform you that we're escalating this to a formal investigation. The violations alleged are quite serious. We'll need a formal statement from you, from Dr. Patterson's office, and from your primary care physician. I understand. I also need to inform you that we've placed a temporary restriction on Miss Sarah Walsh's license, pending the investigation. She cannot practice nursing until this is resolved. My chest tightened. How long will that take? These investigations typically take 6 months. Given the severity, patient impersonation, interference with urgent care, filing false reports about a patient's mental capacity, this will likely go before the disciplinary committee. After he hung up, I sat in silence. My phone buzzed. Dad this time. Jennifer, your sister has been suspended from work. She has 3 kids. Please, think about what you're doing. I typed back slowly. I am thinking. I'm thinking about what kind of nurse cancels someone's cancer consultation for a date. I'm thinking about her patients who trust her. I'm thinking about the fact that she tried to convince everyone, including my doctor, that I'm mentally unstable when I have documented medical needs. She made a mistake. She made multiple calculated choices. I have 3 months of text messages proving it wasn't a mistake. I put my phone down and opened my laptop. Dr. Patterson's office had finally gotten me a new appointment. January 15th, 2 months away. 2 months of not knowing if the mass growing inside me was cancer. 2 months, because Sarah had a date. I looked at the complaint confirmation email one more time. Case number 2024 NY 8847. My phone rang again. Sarah. Crying. Please. Jen. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Just withdraw the complaint. I'll never, Keen. You told Mom I wasn't really sick. You told Dr. Morrison I was making it up for attention. You didn't just cancel an appointment, Sarah. You tried to destroy my credibility with my own healthcare providers. I panicked. I didn't think. You're a nurse. You knew exactly what you were doing. Silence on the other end. The investigation will determine what happens next. I said quietly. But I'm not withdrawing the complaint. What you did was wrong. And if you did it to me, you're capable of doing it to your patients. I hung up. 3 days later, I received an email from the investigator. They'd interviewed Dr. Patterson's receptionist. She confirmed the voice on the cancellation call hadn't matched my voice from previous calls. They'd subpoenaed my phone records, proving no call had been made from my number. At 9:15 a.m., Sarah had used her own phone, but claimed to be calling on behalf of me, using information she'd accessed from my phone and medical records. The email ended with additional charges being considered: unauthorized access to patient information, fraudulent representation to medical professionals, filing false reports regarding a patient's mental capacity. Recommendation: full license revocation hearing. I closed my laptop and looked at my calendar. January 15th was circled in red. 2 months to wait. 2 months of uncertainty. 2 months that might have been avoided if my sister had simply said, "I can't watch the kids that day. You have something important." But she hadn't. Because her date mattered more than my health. Because she thought she could manipulate the situation. Because she believed her nursing credentials gave her the right to override my medical decisions. My phone buzzed one more time. The investigator. Miss Walsh. One more question. Did your sister ever express why she felt entitled to make medical decisions on your behalf? I thought about all the times Sarah had dismissed my health concerns. The times she'd diagnosed me over the phone. The times she'd told me I was overreacting, being dramatic, seeking attention. She's been a nurse for 8 years. I said finally. I think she forgot that having medical knowledge doesn't give you the right to play God with other people's health, even family. Thank you. That's going in the report. After we hung up, I made myself dinner, took my medications, and went to bed early. In 2 months, I'd know whether the mass was cancer. In 3-6 months, Sarah would face the disciplinary committee, and somewhere in between, maybe my family would understand that some mistakes aren't just mistakes. Some mistakes are choices, and choices have consequences.